I don't know about you, but the holidays, let's just say I'm on a budget in January, and I think you probably are too. So let's do a full face of e.l.f. because I am so impressed with e.l.f. I didn't buy this all at once. I've been collecting this over time, but I'm going to talk about some of their new products. I'm going to talk about products that are new to me, but maybe not to you. But I achieved this beautiful look using 100% e.l.f. And I'm telling you, I feel luxury. I mean, I feel like I'm wearing Chanel or YSL or Dior, and I'm wearing all e.l.f. So bravo, e.l.f. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you step by step. I'm glad you're here. Hey, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. I'm Michelle Spieler. I'm a 25-year professional makeup artist and the creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass. So always go check out that link because you can watch a quick under 2-minute intro video on that. I'm going to be adding more classes. I know I say that all the time, but I really am. So if you're new here, I always do a mature makeup technique or sometimes skincare videos on Saturday. Every other Monday, I'm going to be doing my Monday reviews. I get so much PR and I'm going to tell you what is worth it and what I didn't like. And then every other Wednesday will be my Saint videos. I'm going down to only 2 a month because I've got 2 years of videos. So, I mean, unless I feel like there's something new under the sun, it's why recreate the wheel, right? Okay, so I told you in my Wednesday night video that I did a poll over on TikTok and Instagram, and it was about front camera versus back camera. And I think one thing people are still confused about is the front camera has no filter on it. Someone had mentioned that. It doesn't. It has 0 filter. This is fully high def. Okay, you can see my lines, you can see my eyelashes, you can see my veins, you can see all of my sunspots, right? You can see all that. The back camera is 4K high D, and so it hyper focuses. It makes everything sharp. So suddenly pores are so much more noticeable because it's so sharp. And faces aren't meant to be sharp. It's not flattering to actors and actresses. It's great for sports. It's great for nature documentaries. It's not pretty for people. But over on TikTok and Instagram, overwhelmingly, everyone liked the back camera because it showed more of my flaws. And they said they thought it was more relatable and it made them feel better about their skin. What kind of shocked me is that here on YouTube, it was the exact opposite. Everyone here liked the front camera. Now, when I showed you the difference, I don't know why the back camera films things so golden, because you're right, that it was very golden, whereas this is more like true daylight. Plus I have 2 windows right here, plus I have this beautiful little ring light for my e.l.f. mirror, and I keep everything on daylight because it keeps everything more neutral. But everyone here liked the front camera better. And you said, oh, well, we can still see your flaws. We don't have to have like hyper detailed flaws in order to make ourselves feel better. And I don't know, it's just really interesting, the difference in the audience. I've always said this, you know, we're the Look Good Close-Up Club here on YouTube. I don't talk about that really much on my other social media platforms, but I feel like we're more of a community. I feel like we're more protective of one another. I definitely felt esteemed by you on Wednesday. I definitely felt loved. I definitely felt you protecting me, you know, saying use the front camera, it looks better and we don't need to see hyper details. But I think that comes down to you are here for true education. You're not just here to be entertained. And that's very different from TikTok. Instagram, I find, is kind of a marriage of the two. But TikTok is just kind of entertain me, show me something new, and do it in under a minute. And there's a lot more trolls on TikTok too. And so maybe me showing like more hyper real flaws does make them feel better in that platform. But here, y'all are just so lovely. Is what I wanted to say. So anyway, we're doing front camera. I will at the end though, show you back camera. Okay, we're doing e.l.f. We're doing e.l.f. today because I am freaking blown away by the quality. You can't beat the price. By the way, I didn't buy all this at once. This has been over time. I wish I had put this on camera, but I didn't. This is gorgeous. I bought this the very first week it launched. It might have been March, I can't remember, but it's been sealed. I just peeled off the little foil today. It's their Whoa Glow SPF 30. I only wear a 50 in the summer, so that's another reason I didn't open it this summer, because I like a 50. I put this on because I'm like, well, I'm wearing e.l.f. You know, it kind of makes sense to do e.l.f. with e.l.f. because all the formulas are made to go together. They're all formulated by the same lab. And this is so glowy, and it has a built-in primer. So I'm loving this. I don't know the price. I think it's under $15, but look at this glow. I love it. It reminds me of the Naturium Dew Glow, but this almost has a little bit of like a beige to it. Remember how much I love my Naked Sundays? See? You see a little bit of a difference? It's almost like it lightens the skin just a tiny bit. I don't think it would be a problem at all on deeper skin tones. It's broad spectrum. For those of you who like mineral only, you would definitely want to do my Naked Sundays, but I'm real impressed. I'm real impressed. Okay, so let's get started. I'm super excited. I did a get ready with me over on TikTok this week using this exact makeup, but the beautiful thing is I was lacking a few things. So I thought, perfect, let's do a YouTube. Listen, times are tight. I'm hearing it from the audience. I know for myself, I've had 2 mortgages for 4 or 5 months now. By the way, we sold the house. By the time you watch this video, it's going to be officially sold. It's a cash offer. I just went to FedEx this morning and, FedExed, overnighted the final documents that we signed last night with the notary. It's official. So thank you so much. So many of you prayed, and we got a cash offer. It's a doctor in town, and his kids had outgrown their house, and they came in and offered us quite a bit less than asking, but we just need it off our hands, and we're so happy with the family it's going to, and cash offer, you can't beat that. So we're thrilled. Okay, now the reason I did the powder in my eyebrows is because I like to do brows first. I find that oftentimes it's hard to draw on makeup skin, but it's much easier to draw on bare skin. So I'm blown away by this. If you have followed me for any length of time, what do I always say? Drugstore makes crappy eyebrow pencils. For blondes, I love them for brunettes. If you have black hair, brunette hair, light brown hair, but I don't think drugstore makes great colors for blondes or redheads until this e.l.f. This is, what color is this? I think it's blonde. Yeah, it's blonde. It's so pretty, and we're gonna use it right now. I'm doing a full face of e.l.f. today, and it's gonna be a little more dramatic than what you're used to seeing me. And when I mean dramatic, I don't mean it's gonna be heavy. It's just gonna look more like makeup. You know that I like more skin-like texture. I like people to come close up to me in person and maybe question whether I have makeup on or not. But I'm having fun with makeup again. I really am. And there is a huge population of women out there that love the makeup look. They don't care if you see makeup on their face. They love it. Call them Texan, call them Southern. I don't know what you call them, but there's a big population of women that love makeup, and they don't care if it has a little bit of texture. They feel beautiful in a full beat face. So we're doing a full beat face today of e.l.f. And you might even see me doing a little bit more heavy makeup this year, but I will always juxtapose that with my lighter, more skin-like videos too. Because I like, you know, no one wants to all look like they're the Glossier girl, and not everyone wants to look like the Charlotte Tilbury girl. So I like to appeal to everyone because I like to help mature women from every preference. Okay, that's gorgeous. It really grips the skin. It has a really nice wax in it. It's not ultra thin. You know, I tend to like an ultra thin pencil. This is not. It's a little bit chunkier, but it works. It works. I really like it. So I bought their brow pomade, and I'm going to use that later, but I'm not going to use it right now because I am going to put on some makeup first. I love it. I love this brow pencil. I'm so excited. You know how much I don't like drugstore brow pencils. Okay. I did run to Ulta today and I found something that I want to use real quick. They make a no budge cream eyeshadow. Now, years ago, I used to always use the e.l.f. Eye Putty Primer, and I would do that first instead of a MAC paint pot. It's kind of the same thing. This is a no budge cream eyeshadow by e.l.f. I don't know, when they say no budge, it's no budge. And I went with this really pretty kind of peachy color because, you know, I'm just a peachy girl. And I'm gonna just do a little bit just on the eyelids. I'm not going up into the crease because I'm going to do a bronzer in the crease today. Big surprise, but you'll see why. That's pretty. By the way, what do we think of this color I'm wearing today? I'm gonna tell you something. Yolanda, if you're watching, Yolanda told me that I'm not a spring, not a full clear spring, that she suspects I have possibly some summer season in me, and that my mind was blown. My mind was blown. And at first I was like, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And then I really let it sink in because I'm really trying to be open-minded. And she doesn't even do color analysis anymore, but she was just being kind. She was just reaching out and saying, I think you're wrong. I think you have more summer. Okay, so anyway, that all said, what I have noticed about me is I look better in soft, muted colors. I don't look good in bold colors. I don't look good in super bright. I always get so many compliments when I wear turquoise, but I'm wondering if it's because it's just such a beautiful color, turquoise. But when I wear a softer aqua or a more muted turquoise or aqua, it just blends better with me. It just looks more, it's just soft. So when I started really thinking about, okay, I am kind of soft and muted. Seasons are wild, are they not? They're just wild. Okay, so here we go. We have it on the eyelid. I really love it. I love that peachy color. They have about 6 shades, so go check them out. But I just bought this because I want to see how it works. And I'll always come back in comments and let you know if it budged, but I don't know. It's looking good to me. Okay. Hated this product when it came out. Hated it. I think I was the only person. Oh, I have hiccups because I'm talking too fast. I was the only person on TikTok who didn't like this. I like Charlotte Tilbury. The Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter was the first of its kind. It was so beautiful. I could even wear it with just a little sunscreen and I didn't have to wear any foundation. And then e.l.f. came out with their version called Halo Effect or Halo Glow. and it's a liquid filter, and they only launched with like 5 or 6 shades, and the light one was too light, and the next shade up was really peachy, and then the next shade up was really yellow, and I hated them. So when I went on e.l.f. last week, I saw that they added more shades. So I bought this, and in typical e.l.f. fashion, I don't believe we have a label on the bottom. You know, they put all the labels on the outer packaging. This is, I don't know. I can't read it. I literally can't read it, but it's light or fair. It's light or fair. And I like that it's not super yellow and it's not super peachy. So where would you put this? Well, we are gonna put it the tops of the cheeks. Now I'm already glowy. I'm already super glowy from that sunscreen. So I probably don't need this. When I did a TikTok the other day, I did not have, well, I didn't use the sunscreen. I had it, I just never used it. Look, I literally peeled the sunscreen today. There's that little foil that seals it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pat this in with my fingers, because I don't know where my standout sponge is. I found a new one this morning, but you have to wet it 3 different times before you don't have to wet it anymore. And I just was lazy and I didn't feel like wetting it. So we're gonna use fingers, but guess what? If you're from the 80s, if you grew up doing makeup in the 80s, you're gonna love using your fingers, but you could use a sponge or you could use a brush. We gotta be careful. Not too much highlighter ever up here. We're gonna look like we're having a hot flash, okay? That's a little tip from me to you. Okay, I think I have a little bit more on this side than this side. Just need a little bit more. By the way, I did a at-home professional strength lactic acid peel last Sunday, and I still have some little scabby textured areas. So if you see that, you'll know that's just a little bit of dry, scabby skin, but my skin's looked amazing. And now I'm gonna wait another week and go into an at-home professional strength TCA peel. I'm gonna do that for about 6 months. I have a whole video coming on it when I do my 1-year follow-up about my facelift and my thoughts on the facelift and thoughts on laser and microneedling and home devices and all the things. Wow, get ready for that video because that's going to be in February and I have a lot to say. So I decided to make 2024 the year of at-home peels. I was trying to schedule one with a doctor here, but they want a consult first. And I'm like, we don't need a consult. I know I want a TCA peel. I had one a year ago. I know I want one. No, you have to come in and do the whole consult. And I'm like, this is bogus. I'm doing it myself. And I started researching it and I found a company that sells at-home professional strength peels, but you have to be very, very careful. So if you're kind of a clumsy person, it's not for you. Or if you've never had a professional peel in the office before, it's not for you because you can burn your skin. But I'm going to do it for 6 months and I'll let you know if I see a big difference. And then obviously I'm not going to do peels in the summer because we don't peel in the summer. Okay, so that is the Halo Glow. It made me even glowier. Even glowier. You know what else I'm gonna do? I like the tiniest bit up here. Okay. See how that gives a beautiful glow, but it doesn't look like makeup? I'm a huge fan. They just had the wrong shades. I'm a huge fan. It's a beautiful formula. And when you look at it really close up, it's so pretty. Yeah, it's so pretty. This is a 10-time magnification mirror. By the way, this is the e.l.f. company. It's also the people using my ring light. And then in the middle of the ring light when I'm not filming is this incredible, this is the most intense magnification mirror I've ever had in my life. Even this little handheld 10-time, this is only, I think this is only $16. It's the best handheld mirror I've ever had. It's just phenomenal. The quality is just phenomenal, but it came from a Hollywood crew member, a woman who did lighting in Hollywood, created this light and created these mirrors. So it makes sense that it would be phenomenal. Okay, when I did the TikTok, I did a color that was too dark. It was 280 neutral. And 280 neutral says light. Look, light, 280 neutral. And as we know with mature skin, sometimes you have to go a little bit deeper so that it doesn't show texture. Well, this was too deep. I had to put it on my ears, my neck. I didn't feel like doing that, so I ran real quick to Ulta today to get a lighter color. This is light 210 in. So it's about 2 shades lighter. Let's see how it works. I'm gonna stop the video and come back. Okay, I do that just to make it easier to upload and edit. Okay, so I wanna tell you, I'm gonna put it in my hands because there is a makeup artist on Instagram. She might be here on YouTube, Katie Jane Hughes. She always puts foundation in the palm of her hands, and then she really works the foundation into the brush. And then she goes in and she buffs it into the skin. And that way it's coated on every hair of the brush, and it creates more of a airbrushed texture. I've never tried it. I'm trying it right now for the first time on camera. Now, see the swirling motions? If you are using tretinoin or retinol, this could actually cause sloughing of your skin. This could cause some exfoliation. So you have to be really careful when using that. Or you have to have a really good daily exfoliator. Something super gentle, because if you're using retinol and tretinoin, you're already doing cell turnover. So you have to have very gentle daily exfoliation to at least get the dead skin cells off. Or when you do this, you're gonna exfoliate your skin. That's why I hate tretinoin. I will say this looks phenomenal. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That looks really pretty. I feel like I have a little tiny bit more coverage. I have more coverage on, so I'm gonna go in with this side. Do a little bit more coverage. But look, it really kind of covered my veins pretty well. I also have a little bit more texture and redness on this side. For some reason, the lactic acid peel maybe worked a little bit better on this side. Now I don't have to take down my neck. That is a great shade. Holy moly. Katie Jane Hughes, she's brilliant. Okay, let's see how that looks close up. See why I needed that glow underneath it. And by the way, this is their new CC cream, and this is the hydrating one. So they make another one that comes in a black tube. This is the white tube, so it's more hydrating. But it's very pretty. The only thing I didn't do today that I did on my TikTok is on my TikTok, I used the niacinamide Power Grip. For if you have a trouble keeping makeup on, the green or the pink Power Grip primer is so good through the T-zone because it really grips and holds that makeup on all day. I didn't use this because this has a primer built in, the SPF, and you don't want to put too many primers on. You don't want to put too many layers on at our age either. Okay, so looks really good. Yeah, I mean, it does look kind of airbrush. What do you think? Now at the end, I'm going to show you with the back camera so we can see true detail. But I'm going to say this. I feel like I need a tiny bit more. I don't have an e.l.f. concealer, and I'll tell you why. I don't like them. I've tried them all. I've returned them. I am not a fan of e.l.f. concealer. I'm just not. I've tried it every which way. I've tried to make it work because I'm always trying to give people a budget-friendly way of doing things, and I just don't like the e.l.f. concealers. I've tried the creamy one, I've tried the regular one. I just am not a fan. So I am gonna just use a little bit of the CC cream, because after all, the CC cream is a color correcting cream, right? It's skincare, color correction, primer, kind of all in one. But I think that's really pretty. I think it's really pretty. Okay, so then what I did is I went in with their new bronzers. Is this the one I used? This one has do you see there's a frost in there? I liked this one too because it reminded me of Ash from Saint. This is considered a bronzer, but to me it looks more like a contour. Look at this. Do you see that? Can you, well, let's see. You know, it reminds me a little bit of Saint Ash or Mob Beauty 180. So this is a nice bronzer for women who are cooler toned and can't wear a true bronzer in the whole bronzy, orangey brown family. This is beautiful. I'm not doing this today, but I will do this in the future because I really think it's a beautiful color. I bought it because I knew, and the minute I saw it, I'm like, oh, that looks like MAC M80 or, I mean, Mob M80 or Saint Ash. Okay, is this it? Putty bronzer. Oh yeah, this is the one I used. Can you see how this one has a pearl and this one does not? So I think, did I do this? I think I did this. I think I did this brush. Okay. God forbid I'd wash my brushes. I mean, these are what, $5? $4 or $5? And I'm gonna tell you, it looks like high end. It really looks like high end. I'm not kidding. I wore this the other night, this whole e.l.f. look. I wore it to a hockey game. So I had the makeup on about 10 hours. And when I came home to wash it off, it still looked so good. And if money is tight, just buy things in shifts. You don't have to buy it all at once. Because even I bought a bunch of e.l.f. today that I needed, and you know, it added up. I mean, it came to $95. I got a ton of stuff, but not everyone can afford to go spend $95 on makeup. But you could buy 1 or 2 things with every paycheck and just slowly build your arsenal of makeup, right? Okay, tell me that is not so pretty. Tell me that does not look high end. It's so pretty. Like a little bit on the bottom of my chin, just because I have a pointy chin. Sometimes I'll take a little bit down the center of the neck. But look, do you see how I have dimension? I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna take a little bit more and I'm gonna go in the crease. Oh, I love this. This is where the magic starts. Now, I'm gonna say this. When you wear cream on the eye, it looks like skin. You're not gonna see that dry texture of an eyeshadow that sometimes, depending on the formula you use, sometimes dry powder shadows can actually enhance the dry, crepey texture of our skin. Sometimes. There's some good formulas out there that don't. See how I'm taking that to the inner nose, from the eyebrow to the crease. That's just how I like to do it. You don't have to do it this way, and not everyone can do it this way, but I like to do it this way. I'm gonna take it out to the side. And then remember, I have that beautiful halo glow on the brow bone. Okay, see how I've just given myself some really nice dimension, but I don't look heavy. Nothing looks heavy yet. I just had the weirdest vision as I was doing my eye makeup just now of when my mom was in this horrible, horrible hospital in Greensboro. She went from a bougie hospital called Wake Forest Baptist in Winston-Salem. It was a gorgeous hospital. It's a teaching hospital, so you've got a lot of like top specialists in the country there, and then, you know, they've always got students training under them, or residences. But she got kicked out of that hospital after 9 weeks, and they moved her to a hospital called, was it Moses Cone, maybe, in Greensboro. I'm sure it's a fine hospital for if you're having a baby or having your appendix out, but not for what my mom had. And they almost killed her several times, so we got her out of there. But the reason I bring it up is as I'm talking and doing my eyes, I had this weird vision of being in their cafeteria and just how depressed I was every time I was there. At Wake Forest, there was a beautiful cafeteria and beautiful offerings and healthy offerings. And at the Greensboro one, it was just so sad and depressing. And I would spend the whole weekend there so my dad could go home and sleep. I would be there from Friday night till Sunday night so that my dad could go home and sleep for 2 nights. We never let my mom be alone. My mom was never, ever alone for a year and a half. One of us was always with her. And why does the brain do that? I'm literally doing eye makeup, and all of a sudden I'm mentally in that horrible, horrible cafeteria at Moses Cone. Freaking hated that hospital. The nice new parts were nice, but we weren't in that part. Okay, so there we have it, okay? What do we think? Now, I'm going to do their new blush. They have new blushes that I'm super excited about. I bought them in every color. I bought them in every color. I bought them in every color. Let's see. Look at this. So pretty. Hot pink Barbie. If you're a winter, you could totally wear that. Then there's this beautiful bronzy one called Bronze Bombshell. Come on. If you're an autumn, that would be stunning. If you're a spring, you could do this Coral Crush. Coral Crush. They're pigmented too. You got to be real careful. Hold on. I'm missing one right here. Obviously, I used that. Let's see. Oh, and then there is this color, so pretty. This is called Berry Well. So many of you could wear that. So many. I feel like this berry is a very universal color. I might do Dusty Rose today. I might stay real light. Oh, here's another one. Here's another. Oh, this is pretty. Pinky Promise. Ooh, do I want that? Ooh, what do I want? Maybe a little bold. How about we start with this and then maybe we could put this on. In the TikTok, I used Coral Crush. It was so cute. But we're gonna do that right now because we already have on our face and we have our bronzer and we have, that's as good. You know, that's not bad concealer. That's just the CC cream. It's not creasing. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Now, these are highly pigmented. They mimic the ones by Rare Beauty that everyone freaks out about. I have Rare Beauty in my Pro Kit. That's fine. It's nothing great. Let's see. I'm going to use this brush and I'm going real light because the first time I used this was over Christmas break and I was shocked at how pigmented it was. I put on way too much. You know, these are $7, so I wasn't thinking it was gonna have all the pigment. Yeah, I like that. That goes good with this color. Soft and muted, right? Soft and muted. Okay. I'm kind of just tapping it in kind of little circular motions because you don't want to rub off all that beautiful CC cream and bronzer that I just spent all that time doing. Okay. And now anywhere where you think it needs a little, it caught a little bit more here because that's where I have that big dry patch from my lactic acid peel. I like it a little bit more on this side. It's not bad. But can you see that? So like it has a real pretty sheen, but it's not dewy. I would definitely not call this is definitely not dewy. And then whatever blush I have left over, I usually take a tiny bit on the forehead just for kind of a cohesive look. What do we think? I'm not going to add the pink. I absolutely love this. I love this more than when I first put it on because I'm putting it on a little bit softer. Okay, now I want some eyeliner. And I bought their mascara. That's another thing I didn't have in the TikTok. I didn't have their mascara. I've talked about the e.l.f. retractable no budge liner for years. I love it. I think it goes really well up in the waterline. I think it's $4. But some of you tried it and said it did budge. So it really just depends on the person. I'm going to say this. I've done makeup now. I say 25 years, but I'm somewhere in between 25 and 30. This cream shadow is creasing a little bit. Not on this side. I must have put it on heavier here. Where it's heavier, I'm just going to kind of lift a little bit off. And that's better. Okay. When I meet a woman who says, I've tried every liner on the earth and nothing stays on me, I used to think, oh, I can help them. Okay, have you tried this? Have you tried this? Have you tried this with a brush? Have you tried this with setting spray? Have you tried... Here's what I've learned in 30 years. If you say you can't keep any eyeliner on no matter what you tried, I believe you. I'm done trying to solve that problem because there is just a segment of the population that cannot keep on eyeliner. I don't know why. They don't know why. It could be you just have more oil in your eye glands, but that's good. That means you have a healthier eye, where I have less oil in my eye glands. So I have a condition called dry eye, and I have to use Restasis prescription drops every day. But Some women are just, and I've done makeup on women where I put my hand up to their face and I can feel the humidity coming off of them. Some women are just run hot, not even because of menopause. Some women just run hot. Some women are more humid. Some women produce more oil from their oil glands on their eyelid. There's so many different reasons why you cannot keep eyeliner on. And I'm so sorry to say I don't have a solution for you. I've tried everything under the sun and it still doesn't help. And to that, I just say, bummer. I'm sorry. Just, you're going to have to reapply. I know that's not what anyone wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear that. It's just like nobody wants, when people say to me, what makeup can I use to correct my bags and my deep dents? I have puffy bags and I have deep dents. And nobody ever wants to hear surgery. I'm so sorry. That's the only thing that works. Makeup cannot correct that. Now, if you were in photos or on video, yes, makeup can definitely work. But unfortunately, in real life, nothing works. Because it's a 3D issue. It's a 3D issue. Okay, y'all know I love me a wing liner. So I'm keeping the eyes really light, but I'm doing that little bit of wing liner. And I'm actually gonna Do you have two different eyes? I do. This wing is always higher, so I have to bring this one down a little bit. And this one is always lower, so I have to bring it up a little bit. And it's not that I'm putting it on wrong, it's just that I have two different eyebrow shapes. So my wings look different on both sides, okay? All right, so I am gonna stop and I'll be right back. Okay, I have this cute little e.l.f. I love these e.l.f. palettes. Have you ever bought these? They're great. They're about what, $4, $5? The black broke, but that's okay. I have a ton left. I'm gonna take the tiniest bit of black shadow by e.l.f. and I'm using a Morphe brush. This brush is literally by Morphe. It's so inexpensive and I really love this brush. Okay, now in order to do this, I have to have magnification on. So, okay, so now I'm gonna go over this No Budge liner. And by setting the liner with the powder, one, it makes it look a little bit softer. Two, it's gonna keep it on longer. Now, I had an upper bluff. Okay, most of you know that I had an upper bluff. But up until my upper bluff a year ago, I had hooded eyes. And if I did a dark waxy liner, it ended up here, right? Because the hood would touch the eyeliner and it would transfer. So this is why I always have loved putting on a shadow over the pencil because it kept it from transferring, and it also makes it look softer. Okay, that's maybe a little bit too much, but we're gonna go with it. Okay. I'll tell you what, it takes more time to do heavier makeup, doesn't it? Because this video is already running longer than normal. Okay, I have a little bit of creasing right now, right here. So here's what I do when I crease. I take my finger and I pat it. I pat it out. Oh gosh, yeah, I can see all that scabbing right there. Okay. I got a little bit black under the eye, so I'm just gonna kind of, this side's good. Okay. Now, here's another trick you can do, is you can take a little bit of powder. Let me see. I'm gonna take the tiniest bit of powder. I have some in the cap here. And I'm gonna go right over that wing. One, it softens it. See, that's instantly, that's a little softer than that one. It softens it, and it also kind of sets it. Okay. It's fun, right? Do we love? Now I'm gonna try the new mascara. I'm only gonna do one eye to save time, but this is called the Lash Enroll. It was $6, and it's supposed to curl and lift. So I'm not even gonna bother curling my lashes. I wanna see how this works. Oh, and I bought it in dark brown because I thought this would be a really good mascara to wear when I like to wear fake lashes. And I am gonna pop some fake lashes on in a minute, just for the final look, not because, oh wow. That's nice. But yeah, they claim to curl and lift. Now, I think most of us can put on mascara and our lashes can, you know, get a little limp during the day. The curl falls and our lashes don't look as long because now they're coming out instead of up. I think that's true of a lot of us, but this one claims to lift. Well, that's pretty cute. Maybe I don't need fake lashes. That's cute. Look. Wait. You see that? All right, I'll be back. I think that's so pretty. Do you see that? That's dark brown. I'm so glad I got dark brown. And I really like it on the lower lashes because it gives you that length and thickness without looking like spider legs under the eye. Okay, let's do a checkup real quick. Okay, my pores look great. I'm not as creasy right here because I patted it back out. My under eyes look good, but this is a lot of makeup for me. I'm doing it for you though. It's a lot of makeup for me. But do you see how pretty more makeup looks on camera? Like you can see my naked skin here, and here I look a little more polished. I get it. I get why women wear more makeup. I just felt as I got older, more makeup accentuated the age of my skin. I don't care. I don't mind that people know I'm 56. I just don't want my skin to look like I haven't taken good care of it. That's just real important to me. Maybe it shouldn't be, but it is. Okay, e.l.f. pencils. I've talked about them before. They're $2. I absolutely love these pencils. I like to feather in the sides of the mouth. This one's called, I think, Barest Beige. Yeah, this is Barest Beige. Isn't that pretty? And then I bought a new plumping gloss. A new plumping gloss from e.l.f. Look at this. What color is this? Don't know, can't read it. This feels kind of like a slightly rose beige, just slight. Love it. I need to see my hair around my face just to gauge how it's all looking. Okay. Am I missing anything? Oh, brows. Brows. I'm missing brows. This is their brow pomade. It's basically just like Anastasia's. I'm gonna take a little spoolie, and you're supposed to take it and kind of roll the brush in it in the cap. Again, super affordable. I think this brow pomade was maybe $4. And then you just really work it into the brow. It gives it quite a lift and it keeps it in place all day. How I wish I had not taken my eyebrows off twice in my life, but I'm fortunate that I have even as much as I do. I do use an Obagi lash and brow serum though, so I know that does help. And if you use castor oil can really help grow the brows. So I really like that. Okay, what am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. I actually don't feel like I need, well, maybe I need to powder my face a little bit. I think I could use a little powder. Just a little bit. This is the e.l.f. HD powder. It's nice. It's not my Givenchy, but it's nice. Or my Givenchy. So I like to do powder where I have pores and texture, definitely down through the middle because you don't want to look greasy, but then I keep the outside more. Well, I don't like the temples greasy though. We'll do the temples, but I like the outside of the cheek to have some sheen. Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I figured it out. I looked in the mirror. I'm like, what am I not liking? I took a little bit of this brown eyeshadow in this little palette. What is this palette called? This is the Truffles. This one's called Truffles. And I like to take a little bit just in the outer crease. And then I kind of meet it where the wing is. And I'm telling you, just a little bit, not much. And to me, that elongates the eye, and then it works with that wing. Otherwise, that wing was just, it was too much. Now I'm going to put fake lashes on and come back and I'll show you how I tie it all together. But I really feel like that's what it needed. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Okay, then I want to take my brush that I used the bronzer with and just lightly blend over it so we don't see any edges. I always like everything to look airbrushed. I never want to see an edge to anything. Okay, I like that. And then I might even take the tiniest bit. I did not re-dip my brush. I just took the tiniest bit from my angled brush and went under the outer corners only, because if I'm gonna wing out the sides, I want that underneath eye slightly connected to it, okay? Now I love it. Now this feels very beautiful to me, but I'm still gonna pop on a lash. I'll be right back. All right, I popped a lash on just because it's fun. It's fun. These are the Glamnetic lashes. Okay, so I did take the wing down a little bit. You know, my trick, I should have shown you on camera, but I was getting prepared for shooting another video. I take a makeup wipe. Okay, this is Neutrogena. And I keep it folded up in this little square. And I just take it and press it on the wing and do this. And it lifts off exactly the amount I want. And then I tap, 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 so that you don't see any smear marks. And then you kind of have to go in with a little bit of more of that CC cream to where you wiped off bare skin. But I did take down the wing a little bit just because I'm getting ready to do another video after this. And then also the Peach No Budge Cream Shadow, it was not moving, but it was looking so matte, which isn't a bad thing, but I'm just used to a little shimmer, so I literally popped a little shimmer here and here. It's also in that e.l.f. palette, which is buried here, but it's like a little bit of a silver, and I like it because now it, see, there's a little silver over that peach, so it kind of neutralized the peach, so it's still a peach underneath with a little bit of silver on top. So that's all I did when I left camera. The lashes, I took down the wing and I did that little pop of, with my, literally my finger. It took 2 seconds. I wish you could see this lip in person because this lip is so pretty. It looks like my lip color, but better. Like, it looks like a juicy nude lip, but with like a little bit of blurring to it, right? Because our own lips have different colors of like purple and blue and red. Where is the gloss? The gloss is so pretty. I think it's called Hidden Twist. Hidden Twist, and I really love it. Here it is. And again, it's lighter in person than it is on camera. But again, this even though I'm using the front camera, it's still high def, and high def always intensifies colors. So there you have it. Let's see how this looks with the back camera. Okay, here's the back camera, and I don't know why, but it's always more golden. I'm not sure why. I'm gonna have to look into that. But what you can see, and I'm trying to hold up a mirror back here to see, it's very pretty. It's very glowy. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna put a mirror right here. It's so pretty to the naked eye. It's very glowy, but diffused. It looks very airbrushed. But when you get super, 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 super close up, you can see some makeup texture, especially through here. Again, there is a huge segment of the population that likes that makeup look. They love it. They love makeup. They love the look of makeup. They don't care if it shows a little bit of texture. They love makeup. And that's okay. I would never make them feel ashamed of that. I would never tell them, no, you know, you have to have like really sheer Glossier type skin, because that's not for everyone. And I'm so glad we're not all the same and we don't have all the same preferences. I am going to be doing more beat, heavier coverage looks this year because I want to help women who like a heavier coverage. But I do have a lot of women saying, how can I have heavy coverage but also look skin-like? And the two do not meet. You cannot have heavy coverage that looks skin-like. The closest I've come to it is, I think, House Labs. Very pretty. Their Triclone foundation. It's very, very pretty. It's probably the most skin-like. It is a medium to heavy coverage. I can do it on YouTube soon. I don't know if I do House Labs mostly on TikTok. But it's still close up, still looks like makeup because it's makeup, right? So that's why I love skin tints and I love tinted moisturizers and I love that skin look, even though it shows more flaws. I like that skin look, but some women don't, and that's okay. I'm here for all y'all, okay? All right, let me shut the camera off. All right, thank you for being here today. I know this was a lengthier video for me. I try to keep them around 40 minutes or less, but I did a full beat face, and this takes time. It just does. The more layers of makeup you add, the more time it takes, but I think it's really pretty. This is the exact look I wore the other night to the hockey game. I felt beautiful. It looked beautiful when I took it off at night. It's just a more makeup-y look, but that's okay. It's pretty. I like it. I will see you back here Monday for the Monday review. I have some great products to review and a few things that I didn't love. And that's just more because I get so much PR. I'd like to talk about it without having to always apply it. So that's the Monday review. And stay tuned. In about a month, I am going to talk about my 1-year update on my facelift and what I truly think about this whole aesthetics industry. Yeah. I've been really disappointed lately in the aesthetics industry. So we're going to talk about that, and we'll have a real frank discussion. I'm going to get vulnerable, and so I just ask in advance you put your no judgment hat on, because if we can't talk openly and honestly about all the things, then it doesn't get talked about. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, I'll see you back here Monday, and next Saturday I am doing a vlog of what a full day of my skincare looks like, and any type of treatments or any type of practices that I do for my skin. It will be a full day and night vlog of all of my skincare. Now, it's not to show you what skincare I'm using, it's more to show you the practice or the habit of what I do. Because when I film the nighttime version, it's probably not going to be using my Sonia Roselli, and my Sonia Roselli is probably my most used skincare. And it's been great on this lactic acid burn because her skincare is so juicy. So again, my vlog is not to show any specific product. It's more to show I use an essence, and then I use a serum, and then I use a moisturizer, and maybe tretinoin, and retinaldehyde. So it's more to show you how I do it, not what I use necessarily. I hope that helps, but check back next Saturday for a skincare vlog. Bye for now.